what's up? I am Shelby and I am a self-confessed overthinker. I can really make most decisions, what to say, what to eat, what video I'm gonna upload a week. A hard, puzzling, lengthy decision with a very small amount of effort. In this video, I want to share some tips for overthinkers and perfectionists on how to stop thinking and how to actually set some goals and start doing something. Whether you want to start setting some goals for the new year or you want to set some goals to get done before the new year kicks off, this is your Overthinkers Guide. This video is actually sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community with over 17,000 classes in all sorts of things like design, photography, public speaking. There are even goal setting courses on there. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of the classes on Skillshare so that you can grow yourself as a human, improve skills that you already have, or learn something that you've wanted to learn for forever. Skillshare is all about accessible learning. So they have an annual subscription of $10 per month. And since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 200 people to use the link down in the description will get their first 2 months for free on Skillshare so they can try it out risk-free. A class that I actually recently took on Skillshare was all about time theming. So like theming your times in line with what you want to do with yourself, because I found myself overthinking how I spend my time, and that course was really helpful. So first things first, if you're an overthinker, you need to give yourself limits. Limits on thinking. It's pretty likely that you think a lot about how best to tackle your goals. So not even necessarily your goals themselves, but like what's the best way to write down my goals and frame them, and the best method. You might have read the advice to forget goals like run 10K by December 31st and go for systems like run 30 minutes every day. Some people say that you should set big, ambitious 1 yearly goals, and other people say that you should set little baby step 3-month goals. So in this video, I won't share with you any goal setting tips or anything like that. I know that you're more than capable of researching the crap out of that kind of thing, especially if you're someone who looks into this stuff a lot. I do have an entire playlist on goal setting that I'll link below, but don't just go and watch it. Set aside like an entire morning for you to research the best way of setting goals and decide on some kind of simple way that you are going to set your goals for the next year or for the next 3 months, whatever it may be. As an overthinker, you need to give yourself limits on thinking time, because otherwise you'll take the whole year, let's be real. Step number 2, give yourself 1 afternoon to decide on the things that you will pursue. Once again, sometimes you need to put that pressure on yourself. When you're deciding what to eat for takeout, you usually have someone there being like, okay, make a decision. And generally you end up choosing what to eat in a pretty reasonably short amount of time. You need to be that person, but for yourself and for goals. If you're feeling stuck because you just can't seem to choose a goal, it all seems like too overwhelming, too hairy, dedicate time to sit down and decide on how you're going to move forward. Are you going to learn French or Spanish? Make a decision. Would you like to write a whole book, or would you like to read a book a week? Give yourself an afternoon to sit down and make a decision on your goals. That's it, that's all you get. I know you want to pursue a million things in the world, but for the next year or however long, you only have so much time, and you need to pick the things that you think will make the most difference to you rather than pondering on it for months and months. Step number 3 is to decide on some sort of format and some sort of location for all of your goal related stuff. I think a lot of us have had the experience of like getting really motivated and really excited, writing down a few goals in our note keeping app, and then a year later coming across that note and being like, oh wow, yes, I remember I wanted to do that. On the flip side, after a few weeks of chronic overthinking, you might have created 5 detailed plans in different locations based on different advice that you've heard about goal setting. You read somewhere that mind maps were the only way to do your goals, so you have a big beautiful mind map in a book that you keep in the bottom drawer. Another article said to keep it simple and write a list, so you have a notebook with a whole bunch of lists of a whole bunch of things that you need to do. You also have detailed notes in your Google Docs, and now you're at the point where you don't even really know where to look. There's just like so much. So don't let that happen again. Get some sort of like dedicated notebook, or pin your goals up onto a pin board, or create that Google Docs document, but not all of the above. Make a decision on how you're going to format, keep, store whatever it is related to your goals, and stick with it. Make sure that whatever it is, it's somewhere where you can access it easily or see it regularly, because out of sight, out of mind. And step number 4 is to not wait until you have everything perfectly in place. You've probably heard other people say things like, I'll definitely start exercising when I move in February, because then I'll be close to the gym and it'll be so much easier. Or I'll start waking up early when it's the summer, because then the sun will be out earlier and it'll just feel a lot easier to wake up. Or like, I'll definitely kick off my YouTube channel, but I'll probably do it after my birthday, because that's when I'll be feeling like really clean, slatey and fresh, and I'll just be filled with motivation. But there's really never going to be the perfect time to work on your things. You'll move, the new season will come, you'll celebrate your birthday, and nothing really changes. Those events don't make anything different for you. Don't wait for everything to fall perfectly in place before you actually start doing stuff for yourself. So that's my advice from an overthinker to an overthinker on how to decide on and start working on your goals. This is obviously more helpful for the planning phase, but I think that's where overthinkers often get stuck. They start planning, and then they never do. So if you get the planning stage out of the way, then you can start taking action, which is really the important part. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a link in the description down below. The first 200 people will get 2 months access to Skillshare for free, so they can try it out, see how they like it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you soon.